Hi everyone, in this lesson we are going to take a look at the way the present perfect continuous and the present perfect simple are used and the differences between how and why we use these tenses. Okay. Now this is important because a lot of people do get these tenses mixed up. They are similar but they're also very, very different. Yeah. So let's just very quickly remind ourselves of the grammar of the present perfect continuous and the present perfect, or also known as the present perfect simple. So present perfect continuous is subject, auxiliary have, auxiliary be in its gerund form, and then main verb in an ing form. Whereas the present perfect we have subject, auxiliary have, and a past participle of our main verb. So, with the present perfect continuous, I have been doing, we're mainly concerned with the action itself. We are talking and describing the action, okay? Whereas I have done, we are describing the result of an action. So, let's just take a look at this example here. I have been painting my room. I have been painting my room. Yeah, we're describing the action. The action is important. Whereas with the present perfect, I have painted my room. It's the result. The action is complete. I have painted my room. It's done. It's finished. So we are really more concerned with the result of the action rather than the action itself. Okay. Now with the present perfect continuous, it doesn't really matter, and we're not really concerned with whether or not the action we're describing is complete or still ongoing. Yeah? But definitely with the present perfect, the action is complete. So when we're using the present perfect, we're mostly concerned with issues such as how many, how much, or how many times an action has been completed. But with the present perfect continuous, we're really more concerned or more interested in the duration of the action that we're describing. And if you remember from our previous lessons, with the perfect continuous tense, we will use for and since to help describe those time periods. So for plus a time period, 10 years, since plus a point in time. So I have been painting my room for 2 hours, a time period. I have been painting my room since 9 o'clock this morning. Okay. So I hope this gives you a good understanding of the main differences between present perfect continuous and present perfect simple. Yeah. Now, before we finish, there are some verbs which we cannot use in present perfect continuous. Okay. So, for example, know, like, and believe. These are three verbs that we would just never use in the present perfect continuous because they just don't work. Yeah. So, know, like, and believe. There probably are others as well, but these are the three that I can think of straight away. Never use them in the present perfect continuous. So never I have been knowing, I have been liking, I have been believing. It doesn't work, it doesn't sound natural, it doesn't sound good. So always with these three verbs in the present perfect. So I have known, I have liked, I have believed. But there are two verbs like want and mean which work very, very naturally in the present perfect continuous. So for example, I have been wanting to paint my room for a long time. Yeah? So I'm describing my desire to carry out a task, and my desire has been for a long time. Okay? I can also use mean in the same way. So want and mean, really we use these to describe desires. Okay? So I have been meaning to paint my room for a long time. Okay, so want and mean, very naturally used in the present perfect continuous. Know, like and believe, only use those in the present perfect. Okay, so I hope this little lesson has given you a better understanding of how we use these two tenses. There is another worksheet for you to do after this lesson to help you practice just a little bit more.